What up, people? We just finished the video on Black and White Politics.
What up?
Y'all know who this is. We ain't going through all that. But we just figured we'd slow it down a little bit. Talk about some shit that I seen pop up in the news, and I'm going to get his take, because I bet you he probably ain't seen it. That's a lie. He probably seen some of it.
Probably seen some of it.
All right, look.
Toilet bowl plungers?
No toilet bowl plungers today. Look.
Okay.
The MLB is classifying marijuana, and which could just come out today, is classifying marijuana as they're treating it like alcohol. So now players can use it for medication purposes.
Here, take a hit.
Anyway. Yeah, we're not.
Up, give.
No, we're not showing that. Look, this dude's nuts. So anyway, never touched it 43 years. I ain't started yet. Look, what do you think about that, man?
I think marijuana's great.
You've never smoked either, Sean.
420.
What do you think about that, man? You think it's a long time coming, or is this something they had to do in response to all the states legalizing it?
I think it's something they had to do in response to all the states legalizing it. I think it was a long time coming. But to be honest with you, I also personally think that it should have been done a long time ago. If somebody wants to go out here and do drugs, weed, marijuana, coke, opium, or whatever, I say let them do it. However, the following should apply. It should be treated just like alcohol. If you go out here and you're high when you're driving your tour bus like I do,
when you're driving, you can't be doing that shit.
Right, any kind of vehicle. You know, people like myself drive tour buses, airline pilots, doctors, certain critical types of professions. Professions obviously can't do it. But even if you're just an average normal Joe, if you will, being out here driving around impaired, either by alcohol or drugs, is not good. And there should be stiff fines, imprisonment, penalties, consequences for that type of stuff. But if you're at home over a friend's house and you want to get drunk, you want to get high, and you're not going to be leaving, causing no trouble or killing nobody on the interstate or flying a plane or a bus or whatever, then do it. And then what the state should do,
what should the
states should do, and the federal government too, to a lesser degree, because they got enough money as it is already, is the states like Virginia. Hi, Virginia. Oh,
we're gonna get to you in a minute.
For you guys,
we're gonna get them in a minute.
I'm just saying, the states need to take that money and pay off all of the state's debts, all of them. And the federal government needs to. I know they ain't gonna do it, but still, I'm just saying what they need to do. Federal government needs to take all that money, because you look. The day they say weed, marijuana,
we already got medical marijuana.
We got medical marijuana. I know, like I'm saying, the day they say it's all legal, as long as you use it in a responsible manner. Like alcohol, you best believe all that money tax wise coming in.
So
ain't no excuse for our bridges to be crumbling. Ain't no excuse for
potholes everywhere.
Potholes. And all the easy pass gantryways, take them all down. You would have all that money coming in.
So what's next?
I don't know, David. What's next?
What's next is...
I'm sorry, I rant. Sorry.
He rants a lot.
Character flaw. I'm sorry.
Lord have mercy. It was on the tip of my tongue and you screwed it up. Like, oh, yes.
Oh,
so something else that blimped on the radar screen and got squashed by all the
impeachment hearing stuff.
All the impeachment hearing stuff. You're shaking it. You're shaking me. They come to a phase 1 deal with China on the trade deal. I seen it pop up yesterday.
So does that mean that the stuff I ordered from Wish is going to get here faster?
No, that is not it.
Does it mean it'll be cheaper?
What it means is...
It's already cheap.
That the stock market today that opened up at 9:30, my time, our time, which was an hour ago, I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure it's going through the roof at the moment.
That's good.
Yeah, because as much as they've been fighting for it, and he said he was going to fix it, it's been slow coming, and it's not completely over, and there's still a lot to do, but he's making progress. He got the first stage done.
Yeah.
Hey, cool. As long as China don't renege on the promises of doing what they said they were going to do.
China renege?
Never.
China, no.
Anything you want to say about the state of Virginia, man?
Oh yeah, The Democrats are in charge. And
if y'all didn't know, and by in charge, we mean they run the House. They don't call it the House.
The General Assembly, basically.
They run the General Assembly completely, and they have Ralph Northern. Now, if you haven't been keeping up, and I'm going to let this man rant because he's been building on the tip of his tongue. And he already said, they're coming for all the guns in Virginia, pretty much. That in a nutshell.
Yeah, the Democrats are coming for their guns.
And we've been having a revolution of sorts in Virginia.
Yeah.
Because a lot of cities and towns and counties have already started running sanctuary.
Second Amendment sanctuaries.
Yes. So go ahead. You want it.
So basically, the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Democrats run things now, and everything pretty much now, and
kind of like the House.
Yeah, Virginia, which was a gun-friendly state, is slowly going to become less of a gun-friendly state. And by the way, for those who don't know, here in Virginia, we can open carry without any kind of permit, that kind of stuff. Only places we generally can't carry is like schools, hospitals, banks, that kind of banks.
There's places you shouldn't open carry.
But in here in Virginia, you have to conceal carry, get a concealed carry permit, which is not that difficult.
And I know a lot of folks that have them.
Right. And I've had one in the past myself. But certain counties, more out in the rural areas of Virginia, they have what's called, in cities and towns, they have Second Amendment sanctuaries where they basically have pledged to protect our Second Amendment rights against pretty much any and everybody. And I watched something not long ago, some other YouTuber talking about this, a couple of them, and it is very possible that if, God forbid, there is another civil war, that it might start right here in Virginia, because the libtards, a majority of them are concentrated, unfortunately, here in Hampton Roads, where I live.
You call them libtards who wind us up in trouble under the new guidelines. I'm just telling you, that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, probably.
And it will get a strike and have to, get censored. So you have to get a better name.
Tard libs?
No.
Democrats?
No, that's still disparaging. We'll just call them Democrats with a capital D.
Anyway, the Tards,
he don't care.
They have Hampton Roads, pretty much. A map I saw was shown. There's right around Richmond, blue, and of course up in Northern Virginia, up that way, Tards, all over the place up there. But here's the thing: is this one YouTuber was pointing out? I wish I could remember his name. The red states, the red counties and cities that are out in the more rural sections of Virginia. Those people out there, the farmers, the hunters, stuff like that, the ranchers, stuff like that, the smaller towns, right? Without them, the cities won't function well. If people stop in the county, stop producing milk, stop producing beef, stop producing food,
and have to start importing it from all over the United States,
and they have to start getting stuff from other places. You know what I mean? Or just all the rural places in the country say "F you," and just say "screw the cities." The cities won't survive. Most of us in the cities don't know how to grow our own food. We don't know how to do our own meat. He does. I have a clue, only because of the military.
But
they don't know how to survive. What are people out in the country? They can lose power. They can survive.
Here's the problem. Here's the thing.
And they got guns.
This state, as a general rule, winds up always being a Democratic state when the election times come. And if you look at the map, it's because of just one little section between Norfolk, Richmond, and the D.C. area up there, in Alexandria, and all of that is Democrat, and the rest of it's a red state.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I didn't realize that till I voted for Trump for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's just, one of them things y'all got to look at, because if this state's going to start it, and some other state starts it, but here's another thing you got to realize too that people don't think about. You have places like Detroit, especially Detroit, not Detroit, but Chicago more than anything, that have some of the strictest gun laws in the United States.
And you have the worst gun violence.
Why? The more guns you carry. And every place that has had a mass shooting seems to always be in a gun-free zone. And why is that?
Because the good guys can't bring our guns into those gun-free zones and shoot back. We have to wait on the police. And remember what I've told you guys before on social media, other platforms too, the police are only 5 minutes away. As one who's been robbed at gunpoint, you might not have 5 minutes. Those guys that robbed me, I could have been dead in seconds. And I'm not saying that me having a gun that particular night, because there was 3 of them, would have saved me. But at least if they would have put me in a pine box before I died, I could have been packing and put one of them in a pine box with me.
So when you go to Alabama, I don't know too many people that don't have a gun in that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have a gun, and the reason I don't have a gun, and I grew up around guns, is my wife is not particularly a fan. But I know that when we moved out to a section,
I have a gun.
We moved out in a section of Alabama that was deep out in the middle of nowhere. You can believe I went to my brother's house and borrowed a gun and stood it by the bed, because it altered some things one night when folks trying to come in the house. So
yeah,
and without even shooting, just hearing that chamber is all it took.
Just hearing that thing click, people turn around. It's pretty simple. If a bad guy knows that you're armed with a gun, knife, or whatever, if the bad guys know that you're armed, they're less likely. They're going to think twice about messing with you, because the bad guys are trying to see tomorrow. They're not trying to wind up in the hospital. They ain't going to get shot dead.
Not dead at all.
So if they know you're packing, they're going to think twice. I'm not saying it's going to always stop everything. That's not true. But it's going to deter a lot of criminals from doing really bad stuff. And time again, I mean, I've seen FBI statistics about this kind of stuff. I mean, man, it's known that if you have a well-armed citizenry, you're not going to have a lot of problems with people robbing, stealing, and killing.
What was it? One bank guy, I can't remember where it's at, and I think I remember seeing it, where one bank guy had, he took his, he made his employees carry a gun. He gave them a stipend to go get them one. So the whole bank was armed, and it was posted that everybody was armed.
That's good.
He never had any problem with folks trying to rob him.
Never had no problems. Never had no problems.
Amazing how that works.
Amazing how that works. I mean, come on, people.
Would you attack the fortress, or would you attack the house?
The
house is unarmed.
Unarmed house. I'm coming to get your stuff in the unarmed house. And I mean, like, I have a friend, for example. I'm not going to call his name.
I didn't realize it was going to be this long talking about the Second Amendment.
Oh, that's all right. I have a friend. I'm not going to call his name, but lives out towards Waverly, Virginia. I'll say that much. Out that way. If the poo-poo hits the fan, yeah, I'm going to go call my buddy and stay with them, and I'm bringing my own gun, because that guy and his buddies, they have literally enough weapons for a small, effective militia. I'm talking some stuff. And if any of you libtards try to go out there and mess with them and confiscate their stuff, I guarantee you, it's not going to be a good day.
Not a good day.
These guys, they're straight up Second Amendment. They're not playing. And that's how a lot of these people are who are in these rural areas. They're straight up Second Amendment. You come in there threatening to use the National Guard or the military or police, and half of them are Second Amendment, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have the military, half of them, straight up saying, no, we're not taking the citizens' weapons. You're going to have a National Guard.
Yeah, it's going to be
people resigning, refusing to show up. to show up for duty because they're like, no, it's
We've had a
unconstitutional.
lot of
You would have this veteran who will be on the opposition with his weapon.
we've had a lot of even sheriffs in this state already have already said that they're not going to comply.
They're not going to comply
because it's against the Constitution.
Unconstitutional.
So, wow, we didn't mean to get on that rant, sort of.
But really, seriously, it's really coming to a head in the next 20 years. I mean, really, if worst case scenario, next 20 years, I might be dead, not because of natural causes, but because I decided to stand with the opposition with my firearm. But because as a veteran, one upholding the Constitution, that's my duty to do so against tyranny, against a tyrannical government, mostly Democrats, a tyrannical government.
So do you remember back? And no, you don't, because neither one of us was alive. But there was an interview conducted that I read, and it asked the Japanese commander or general.
When
we went over, and we were all of our ship and most of everything was over there, and they were slipped out. Why they did not go ahead and attack the United States head on?
Mm-hmm.
His exact words: "Everybody got a gun.
Everybody has a gun."
The reason the framers wasn't crazy. We have millions of guns in this country.
Millions.
And contrary to popular opinion, what everybody tries to spin, more people get killed by lightning than they get killed by guns.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right. I mean,
more people get killed in motor traffic accidents every day than they get killed by guns.
And there's one that drives tour buses, motor coach captain. This guy. How many thousands of miles have I driven on my channel? Rideshare 7570. You guys see me driving tour buses. How many thousands of miles do I drive? How many dying all the time? How many accidents? How many? And not just Virginia, but Virginia, DC, Maryland, Florida. I'm driving down the road. I see a flipped over SUV. I saw one on the New Jersey Turnpike recently.
Tell me about that.
2 vehicles upside down. All the A-pillar, everything crushed. Blood. You could see it on the ground.
They dying.
They're more people dying from that.
We ain't banning cars yet. We effectively, I was reading in one thing where just the hunters in states alone, some of the states to put together, have bigger armies than a lot of countries in the world.
Yeah.
So basically, we have an effective deterrent just from the citizens being armed. So keep that in mind for all you folks that are thinking coming in and taking the guns is something that y'all want to do. I will not disagree with the fact that we need background checks. Some folks is fucking nuts.
Well, shit.
If you should,
we might not pass our background checks yet.
Yeah, I pass every one of every test.
I pass mine, but damn, they're crazy.
You know what the hell I'm talking about. Some people are not mentally able and functional to carry a gun. Yeah, and I agree that we need some background checks. And I won't disagree with a background check to a point.
But that we have to be careful about that because
as long as you don't start overstepping bounds,
right? Which is the only thing
always
seems to happen.
But
so
I can agree with that point. I wasn't even entirely freaking mad whenever, even though this didn't get talked about too much, because boy, it was another win for him. When he pretty much said, Trump pretty much said, "You done with the bump stocks," and he took them away after the shooting in Vegas. And a lot of people didn't like it, but it took them. You couldn't have them anymore. They became illegal. And I can even understand that.
I remember that.
However, to take away the absolute deterrent that is the right to bear arms in this country is stupid.
Yep, it's stupid.
And northern.
And dangerous.
What's his name? Northern?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't really care for him. That's the guy that they found with the black.
He's the blackface guy.
Blackface guy.
He is determined that's what he's going to do because he owns the majority.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, this was the longest officially black and white politics Raw Dog edition that we've done ever. Because at 20 minutes and 10 minutes of this, 15 minutes of this being nothing. But talking about the Second Amendment. The right to bear arms.
Right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Then now, we could sit around and talk about that whole passage.
They got another 20 minutes.
But
they have nothing better to do.
They're going to get tired of looking at us. Look.
In fact, they're sharing on social media right now. They're hitting the
like button?
Yeah.
Hot damn.
And they're even subscribing.
They're subscribing?
They're subscribing. I'm telling you.
We up to 25?
I'm telling you. You might be up to 100 soon.
This is black and white politics.
Black and white politics.
Raw Dog edition.
Raw Dog.
And I have this sneaky suspicion this may wind up being its own little segment because I know how he cuts and pastes. And y'all have a great day.
Fabulous day. By the way, that's David.
I'm the black guy.
And I'm Blaine. I'm the white guy. Can't you tell?
Y'all have a great day.